I cannot believe this. Someone's Meemaw was caught texting on her phone an exchange that caught the attention of one TikTok user. A lot of crazy Hispanic fans. How can they afford it? It would read, this occurred, mind you, in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas. What do you expect? The city's population is predominantly Hispanic or Latino, about 65%, followed by white at 24%, black or African American 7%, Asian 3%. What was she thinking? Meanwhile, the fans rocked shirts that had 3 words on it: crazy Hispanic fan. This video was posted by local outlet My San Antonio on TikTok. Star point guard De'Aaron Fox would then speak with the media and say this.
I was about to say, man, I went to high school. My high school was 60% Hispanic. Like, I'm from Texas. Like, what do you expect? like I always, it's like going to Boston and claiming there's a bunch of white people. Like, what type of sense is that? Like, that makes 0 sense. Like I said, I'm from Houston, man. I think that's the most diverse city in the country. My kids are a quarter Mexican. My wife's dad's side's all black. My wife's mom's side, all Mexicans from Mexico. Like my mother-in-law was born in Mexico, so my kids are gonna be used to seeing that. So his grandpa has all brothers, no sisters. His grandma has all sisters, no brothers. So all his uncles are black, all his tias are Mexican. So for someone to complain about that, especially being in San Antonio, I don't know why that would make any sense, but I mean, it should be normalized. Like, you're gonna see people that don't look the same as you, that probably have a different accent as you, and not just a different accent as far as ethnicity, but you go to California, you're gonna hear a different, or you go to LA, you're gonna hear a different accent than someone from Dallas, or someone from Boston, or someone from Miami, someone from Chicago. You're gonna hear different accents. So at this point, you would think it would be normal, but hey, to each their own.
All good and sound points. Spurs superfan Shea Serrano, an author as well, put out this tweet: legally changing my name to Crazy Hispanic Fan. Now, the team would release a statement which read as follows. All of us in the Spurs organization are proud to live in San Antonio, a city that shines and thrives because of the culture and contributions of our Latino community. Inclusion is a foundation for the Spurs. We strive to provide an environment in our facilities and across our community that celebrates belonging and respect, regardless of race or ethnicity. Por vida.
San Antonio doesn't get ugly about it. They get loud. Fans made custom crazy Hispanic fan shirts overnight. People brought Mexican and Puerto Rican flags, and the fans who were most affected, they didn't want her fired, didn't want her doxxed. One fan said, "We're San Antonio people. We embrace anybody. We'll still give you a hug." And that's the whole story right there. This type of rhetoric has been normalized by Trump and the right. And one woman was so blinded by it that she couldn't see the culture literally sitting all around her. An entire city showed up the next night in matching shirts, waving flags, saying, "No, you don't get to make us small." The Spurs closed their statement with 2 words: Por vida, for life. And that's not just a slogan. That's a reminder of whose house you're in. Receipts, not speculation.
The Spurs Jackals, a fan group that was founded by damn near face of the league, Victor Wembanyama, would post on social, "We do not tolerate any discrimination. That being said, we will not give power to the ignorant. We are proud of our heritage, our cultura, and our city. There's a reason our hashtag is Por Vida. So yeah, we are crazy Hispanic fans, but don't think for a second that's an insult."
And so it was really beautiful to see the community like come out, show out with pride. Fans, like different shirts around the stadium saying Crazy Hispanic Fan. They were really interesting. There were people with Mexican flags, people in sombreros, all the chants, everything that kind of makes the Spurs game special, aligned with the fact that they're proud of Latino culture here. And there's a reason why the slogan for the Spurs is Por Vida, which means for life in Spanish, if it isn't obvious. Like, Spanish culture, Latino culture, Hispanic culture, Mexican culture, it is San Antonio culture.
Jared Weiss of The Athletic would follow up with the Jackals. Aiden Sterling, the president of the fan group, told him the whole city came through with camaraderie to come support what the Spurs fan base is, and that is, first and foremost, Familia. Sterling said, "You talk about the culture of San Antonio. That culture is family first, and believe it or not, that culture is for the most part Hispanic. My San Antonio would then publish this. The Spurs have one of the most diverse fan bases in the NBA, so this kind of behavior has no place in San Antonio. If anything, the backlash serves as a reminder that hate has no place in the Alamo City."
Now, I think it's funny how you saying that kind of stuff when you're in San Antonio. Not in Dallas, not in Houston, in San Antonio, where we are the majority and you are the minority. So as a San Antonio Spurs dedicated fan, we ask you to politely not come to any of our games, not root for our champion-bound Spurs. And if we see a fiesta, it's going to be a problem. So don't do that, especially at our games, because there's eyes everywhere. Go Spurs, go. We go into the playoffs, baby!
What concerns me is this. More and more patrons are not understanding this basic concept. Just don't be racist, especially at sporting events. One person asked this dude, "Where are you?" Cirque du Soleil, the man texting, replied, "They call it a basketball game, but I think it's some sort of illegal Venezuelan Somalian underground drag operation." This was in Minnesota, mind you. At the U.S. Open, TikTok user VLone Files recorded one guy writing a text that read, "Actually, this is funny. All the black people are leaving now." Above it read, "Does lesbian porn count?" A major factor is yes, the Spurs put out a statement. It was great. The diverse fan base, awesome. That is what America is all about, a melting pot of culture. But the critiques should go further. What exactly do I mean by this?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
When Donald Trump says this of Mexican people, it should be called out, right? It should not be supported. Well, Michael Dell, founder of Dell Technologies, is an owner of the Spurs. According to Forbes, he is worth more than $141 billion. And what did he do? Him and his wife, Susan, donated over $6 billion to the White House's Trump Accounts program. Gina Ortiz Jones, the mayor of San Antonio, despised it. And she would say this, "Michael Dell is an owner of the Spurs. I wonder if he was able to do that because the city gave up and the county gave up so much money for the new Spurs arena. Because if you can give $6 billion for these accounts, you could have paid for your own arena. On the surface, it seems great. Yeah, let's set up all of these accounts. But really, there's a lot more to it than just really thinking about the kids." And I'll get into the Dilley Center in just a moment. A number of top U.S. corporations made pledges to the initiative following a months-long push by the White House. In addition, the Texas Tribune would note that Dell's donation was unusual, in that few of his charitable donations over the past 25 years have exceeded $1 billion. Also raising an eyebrow, Dell's contribution essentially lays the foundation for the program, which promises to give each qualified child $250 for a government-approved investment account. The Holt family, who owns the Spurs, donated over $1 million in political contributions to the Republican Party and, well, it should be mentioned, $1,000 in Democratic donations. Big disparity. Former Spurs chairwoman Juliana Hahn Holt has donated nearly $500,000 to Donald Trump and Trump victory. She has supported not just Trump, but prominent Republicans like billionaire Kelly Loeffler, who was voted out in her 2020 race against Raphael Warnock, and Senate candidate David Perdue. Both had unforgettable moments. For Loeffler,
"I'm running against the most radically liberal candidate that has ever run for the Senate. Radical liberal Raphael Warnock. Radical liberal Raphael Warnock. Radical liberal Raphael Warnock."
she was a broken record. Plus,
the man standing next to her is white supremacist Chester Doles. Several news outlets report it was taken Friday at a campaign event in Dawsonville.
yeah, not great. And with David Perdue,
Republican David Perdue has served in the U.S. Senate since 2015. Before his election, he sat on the board of 5 major corporations and co-founded Perdue Partners, a global trading company. Senator Perdue declined to participate in this debate and is represented by an empty podium. This is normally the round where candidates question each other. Since Senator Perdue declined to participate, John Ossoff, you may now ask the question that you would have asked him and answer that question yourself. You have 90 seconds.
I appreciate that. Well, it's a strange situation to be asking a question of a sitting United States senator who is not here to debate as he asks for the votes of the people to be reelected. Senator Perdue, I suppose, doesn't feel that he can handle himself in debate, or perhaps is concerned that he may incriminate himself in debate, both of which, in my opinion, are disqualifying.
He is filthy rich and could very well be participating in insider trading.
In emails obtained by the New York Times, Cardlytics CEO at the time, Scott Grimes, emailed the senator on January 21st. David, I know you are about to do a call with David Evans. As an FYI, I have not told him about the upcoming changes. Senator Perdue responded, I don't know about a call with David or the changes you mentioned. The Cardlytics CEO emailed back the next morning. David, sorry, that email was not meant for you. Wrong, David. An email mix-up. But the next day, on January 23rd, financial disclosure forms show Perdue sold between 1 to 5 million in Cardlytics stock. 6 weeks later, Cardlytics stock plummeted when the CEO announced he was stepping down, forecasting disappointing earnings. On March 18th, with Cardlytics stock at $29 a share, financial disclosures show Perdue bought back between $100,000 to $250,000 worth of Cardlytics stock.
All that to say, if they are giving money to the Trump administration, if they are giving money to his cronies, if they want to see these practices continue, yes, the chat that happened, the text exchange that happened, rather, should be called out. But then we should keep looking further and further upward on the totem pole. The fan is terrible, but so are the practices that are put forth that text message represents, including when you go and support the San Antonio Spurs. In a way, you are supporting the Trump administration, because much of the money that all of these collectives, these billionaires, take in by you participating, they then funnel that into the Trump administration, who is using it to potentially lock up the Spurs' own fans, to accost the Spurs' own fans, to people who might look Latino, who might look a certain way, who might be black or brown, that they could go racially profile because the Supreme Court is allowing it and enabling it. They will then be thrown in concentration camps that are being not only bought up, but built up, potentially in a town near you. So once more, yes, call out the fan behavior, but also call out what it represents.